In tonight's Dallas College Inside Story, we meet a young head coach who's looking to replicate the big-time success he enjoyed as a player. With each new season comes coaching changes that are accompanied by optimism for a new start. With the recent retirement of Paul Graham from Skyline High School, the administration turned to a young but talented and highly accomplished coach whose roots in the Metroplex run very deep. Des Willingham starred at DeSoto High School in the early 2000s and was the point guard for the first state championship team in the school's history. Now he's hoping to bring that same pedigree developed as a player to the sidelines of a school that's been no stranger to success.
Just to follow a rich tradition, Skyline has a very rich tradition in basketball, dating back to, Larry Johnson and C.J. Miles and, recently Marcus Garrett. So just to have the opportunity also to be a part of DISD. I graduated from DeSoto, but I grew up watching DISD basketball. So just to have the opportunity to walk the sideline that Coach Mayo did, Coach Graham, it's been a blessing. I'm just trying to uphold the tradition and enhance it.
Willingham comes from a strong coaching tree. Playing under the legendary Chris Dyer, he's assembled a strong coaching staff of his own, including the first female coach in the school's history, Trinice Hines, and Kevis Shipman. Shipman's a childhood friend and was a starter on the 2001 Lincoln team that was headlined by Chris Bosh and went 40-0 on the way to the Class 4A state championship.
It started around 7. We were like 7, 8 years old, so he's like my big brother. Little brother, big brother, but we're always together. And, when he gave me the call to come help him out to be his assistant, I just knew that day, I was like, oh, yeah, it's going to work out. This is it.
Learning the game from a coach with the stature of Coach Dyer has prepared Willingham to do the same in a highly competitive landscape. And he's using that same foundation that he learned during his playing days at DeSoto.
The opportunity to play for Coach Dyer and legendary coach, Hall of Fame coach. I know if you couldn't play defense, you couldn't play for Coach Dyer. And that's what we preaching here at Skyline. Defense first, play with the rest of following play. So we still talk a couple times a week. He gives me advice. He's came to the school a couple times. He came to some games. So just to have him close, have that mentor close, has really been good.
Getting the players to buy in is always one of the biggest challenges that any coach faces. But having the success he's achieved in previous years has definitely helped to that end.
It was security at Skyline that pulled me to the side. He was like, oh, your coach? He was like, a dog. He was like, and I was like, oh, I never really knew about him. He was like, yeah, and he brought up the old games.
It showed that they know what they're talking about, because they hoop too, so they can show me from that perspective, so they know the way I'm feeling. They done been through it the way I done been through it.
Though the game has changed quite a lot since the early 2000s, one thing has remained the same.
I told him if you didn't make inside high school sports when you were playing, you didn't have a chance.
The Inside Story is brought to you by Dallas College. With 7 area campuses, we're with you every step of the way. We offer education that works for all.